Hello, ladies and gents. Good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to Easy Rock Plugged In. I am Nick. And yes, I did tell you if you're listening to us via easyrock.com.ph or through our mobile app that we'll be having an artist interview today. And we're very happy, of course, to be joined by Miss Issa. How are you doing? Issa
Hello.
Rodriguez in the house.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for being with us. You know, I was just talking to Isa, and is it Isa or Isa?
Annie, Issa.
Isa, sige, Isa. Right, you know, if she has a song that made an impact, just listening to it over and over, it's so emotional. And I'm so excited to talk to you today. And of course, for our viewers, and I'm sure your fans are watching as well, to know that you have a new song.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Right, and she has her guitar ready. But before we get
Yes.
to the performance, I'm sure you know, everyone watching would like to get to know you more. Okay, so we start with a very simple game. It's just an icebreaker, and we call it. Ano bang tawag natin? This or that pala.
Okay.
Ay, pwede namang mag-explain. Like if I, you know, tell you what the options, pwede mo naman explain why that is your answer.
Okay. Noted.
Okay, ready?
All right, game.
Okay, game. For the first, this or that. Is it coffee or milk tea for you?
Easy choice. Coffee.
Yay!
Coffee talaga. Can't really spend one day without at least one cup.
Of coffee.
Yeah.
Does it
Or
help
two.
you? Like when hindi ka talaga makakapag-perform or you can't write songs now without coffee?
Hindi talaga. Hindi ako nagpo-function without coffee.
Again, it's in our blood, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Late nights or early mornings?
Oh, I would want to say early mornings, but I'm really not a morning person. So I'd say late night.
Thank you for your honesty. Like because you write your songs, right?
Yes.
When does inspiration usually come in?
Unfortunately, when I'm in bed.
When you're in bed.
So like midnight, 12, 1,
Okay.
ganyan. Doon ako nakapagsalat talaga.
Ooh, very interesting. They say that it's when you're one with your emotions.
Yes.
Marami ako na-interview before, lagi nilang sinasabi, usually ba nga weird kapag nagsha-shower sila.
Yeah.
Pag nasa banyo. Kasi you know, when you're alone with your thoughts.
One more madalas na mangyari is when I'm commuting. Yeah, so
Interesting.
it's very difficult to write when you're in the Jeep or
Yeah, but it's there. It comes in. Maybe because you also people watch.
Yeah, I do.
Diba?
I do that a lot.
Okay, cool. Cool. Isa, how about for this question? Is it cats or dogs for you?
I'm very much a dog person.
Dog person. Do you have
I
a pet right
do.
now? Okay.
I have
cool.
2 poodles.
Ooh.
But
Very high
they
maintenance.
say I remind them of cats. But maybe that's why I don't like cats.
Okay, interesting. Now, would you prefer something that's typewritten or handwritten?
Definitely handwritten.
Ooh.
Yeah. Feeling ko mas emotional siya or like mas connected. But
Okay.
also because I feel like aside from music, one thing that I can be proud about is my handwriting.
Ooh. Not many people can say that these days, I think.
I feel like that's one of my skills.
Oh, you're into, what's the term? Calligraphy?
Calligraphy. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm not good at it, but I'm interested in it.
Okay, very cool. It takes a lot of skill.
Yeah.
And maybe when you write your songs, you still use pen and paper.
I do.
Oo,
Yeah.
tama yan. Okay. Now, would you or do you usually dream about the future or living in the moment?
This one I'm kind of guilty about. I dream about the future a lot, but I want to transition into living in the moment.
Okay. Can you tell us more about that?
Because I'm an overthinker, that's one. But also I find myself not really because I think about what could happen or like what I want to happen a lot. I tend to neglect what's happening in the moment.
Yeah.
So, after a while or after it's past na, tsaka lang ako parang, sana pala.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a bit about, you know, overthinking.
Yeah.
And, you know, all these stuff coming in, you know, because of the many podcasts that we're having and what have you. You know, before it was just, you know, of course, good old radio that we have,
Yeah.
right? But now people share their thoughts and, you know, psychologists have their, you know, platforms already. So we know about overthinking, we know about imposter syndrome,
Yeah.
which is something that your song tackles, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, sige. So, let's talk a bit about Borrowed. Okay, so it is a song about feeling unworthy despite accomplishments, the constant feeling again of fear. And I love this term because I don't know if the viewers would know, but can you tell them a bit about imposter syndrome?
Okay, so I'm not an expert in any
Yeah.
way. So the way
Yeah.
that I understand it is like having this constant feeling of not supposed to, like I'm not supposed to be here kind of thing.
Right.
Like I'm not good enough to be in this position or
Yeah.
whatever opportunity that comes my way. Parang, do I deserve this? Like, am I supposed to be the person for it? So
Yeah.
I feel like I struggle with that a lot. So
Okay, and it's more common than you think and than we
Yeah.
think, right? As for me, I've been doing this like for over a decade.
Yeah.
I started really young, but sometimes I still cringe. The thought of me saying like I'm a radio DJ, like that's cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I get that a lot.
So I do get that, but talking about your song, was that the reason why you wrote it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was telling my friends because I'm aside from being a singer songwriter, I also deal with the youth a lot. So the youth in our community, and I also lead worship. So I'm always on stage. I'm always talking to people. I'm always seen by people.
Yeah.
And then whenever I finish with a performance or
Okay.
something like that, and people tell me na, oh, I like your performance, or like kanina when you said that you like tahimik, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard for me to like just accept it.
Mm-mm.
There's always gonna be that thought in my head na, oh, but I'm not supposed to, like, you're not supposed to compliment me because I'm not good enough. Like, I'm not worthy to receive that. So I guess that's where I was coming from when I wrote Borrowed.
I see. And I'm sure, many kids would resonate with that.
Yeah.
Especially with the number of, everything.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk about it here, but you mentioned that it does sound like a worship song.
It does.
I was listening to it earlier. Tapos sabi ko, parang may certain feel siya na ganun eh. But anyway, our viewers would be hearing you later
Yeah.
on. But let's talk about your cover art. Grace, how did you come up with this? Did you design this? Did someone do it for you?
This one, I actually drew myself.
Ooh. Cool.
Actually, I feel like it was a practical test for me when I wrote Borrowed until I had to record it and I had to draw the cover art. Because I got sick during the week of my recording. So I couldn't record my vocals.
Okay.
And in that feeling of like, oh, I'm not doing anything productive. Or like, I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be resting. So I just drew. And then I ended up with the cover art for the song, which is it's like a moon with the sun.
Yeah, maybe we can show it later. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a moon and the sun, and it just says Borrowed, which I feel like captures the song because yeah, the moon doesn't really have its own light, so it just borrows its light from the sun.
From the sun. Yeah. I got that actually, which was
Yay!
that's super smart. Okay. Yeah, as an overthinker, I do
Yes,
get that. Okay, so Isa,
overthinkers unite.
before you perform for us today, what's your advice to, well, sabi dito overachievers, but like in general to kids who may be watching and they feel like they're not good enough?
This is kind of difficult for me because I still haven't gone through it. Like I'm still in that situation or position. But I guess what I could say is that I'm still learning, and hopefully we all learn together that it's okay to not be enough. As it contrasts to what the world says, but it's okay that we're not the best at what we do. It's okay that we're not enough yet, because that just means we have so much more room to grow, so much more room to explore what we can do, and also just to acknowledge na hindi natin kaya mag-isa. Like it's really not something that we can. Life isn't something that you're supposed to do alone. So yeah.
Okay, you're not supposed to do life alone. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we hear you and your music, why don't you, invite everyone, of course, to listen to your new song and, of course, follow you for any upcoming event or releases. So, what's your social media handle?
Yes. So Borrowed, my current single, is out now on all digital streaming platforms. That's Borrowed by Issa Rodriguez under Mustard Music, Universal Records. And also, you can follow me on any of my social media accounts at Issa Rodriguez Music on YouTube and Facebook. and at Issa Rodriguez with 3 Z's on Instagram and Threads. Yeah.
Oh, threads.
Naalala ko na.
That's very Gen Z of you. I love that. All right, thank you very much. But now, ladies and gents, please welcome on the Easy Rock stage, Issa Rodriguez.
Night falls, darkness comes in. Quiet silence creeps in. I am the moon, lone and subtle light and twinkle, pretty starlight, glowing, shining, so bright. I am the moon, giving from borrowed light, and I wonder what people hear when they hear me. Do they know that all I am giving are things that are not mine to own? They're not my own. So if I may boast, may I boast about the weakness I contain? That I don't own the words and tunes of each refrain. That the light I give when everything is dark are all borrowed from the maker of my heart. Questions with no answers, trying to find the right words. I hold the pen, but all these words are mine, and breathing phrases to life, singing sweet, sweet lullabies. I hold the pen, but all these words are mine, and don't wonder what people hear when they hear me. Do they know that all of these words are from me? They were never my own. Oh, these words are not my own. So if I may boast, may I boast about the weakness I contain. That I don't own the words and tunes of each refrain. That the light I give when everything is dark are all borrowed from the maker of my heart. Oh, nothing I can do will ever be enough. Nothing I can say can never match his love, but I can try. Oh, I can try. Oh, until I look into his eyes, I'd say if I may boast, may I boast about the weakness I contain. That I don't own the words and tunes of each refrain. That the light I give when everything is dark to my name. They can take it all and I'd still be the same. I'm still imperfect, but I'm still a work of art. 'Cause all I am is borrowed. All I am is borrowed. All I am is borrowed from the maker of my heart.
Ladies and gents, Issa Rodriguez, that was so captivating.
Thank you.
You
so
love
much.
performing, no?
I do.
Yeah, I could feel that. You know, the audience would suddenly be quiet when you start singing. That's amazing.
Oh,
Thank you for sharing your music and your talent with us today. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me. This means a lot too.
Yeah, maraming salamat din sa mga nanood. Of course, again, to all our viewers and to all the fans of Isa, make sure that you follow her on her socials. As for me, that's DJ Nick963 and the station at Easy Rock Manila. Thank you so much once again today, guys. We'll see you again in our next Easy Rock Plugged In. Thank you, Isa.
Easy